Welcome to my side of the internet. My name is Mark Anthony, and in today's video, I'm coming back with part 2 of my 30 things you should have by 30 video. I did say it was going to be a couple of weeks, and it's been almost a month. I'm sorry, my bad. Y'all know how life be lifing like that. Life just be lifing. But it worked out because it gave me a time to think about the list a little bit more and curate what I think is a really solid final 15 for the 30 things you should have by 30. Now, I tried to make these things universal, unisex, and I tried to really hit every style type. So I think there's a little bit of something for everybody in there. And like I said in the first video, this is not the end all be all. This is just my very light suggestion, things that I have used over and over, and I wanted to share that with you. So do not take this to heart. It is not the end all be all of things that you should have by 30. Trust me, I understand all you need is food, shelter, and water. That'll do it. That'll do it. But if we share similar style sentiments, I think you'll find these to be great. So I'm not going to belabor the intro any longer than that. Actually, I am. Sorry. I am going to belabor the intro. I want to say welcome to all of my new subscribers. I've had a little bit of a tiny jump, which is great because I actually wanted to hit 25 subscribers by the end of the year, and we have far surpassed that. So I just want to say thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. So let's get into the list with item number 1. Now, I try not to be too obvious with number 1 because my very first video was about this topic, but of course, a white Oxford shirt. Not only is it a great layering piece, again, one of those items that goes with every style type you'll be able to find and work in a white Oxford. I chose this American Eagle cotton one because I think that it has a little bit more flexibility than the typical dressier one, right? So I would go for one like this if you don't wear dressier clothes in your wardrobe. You don't really lead a lifestyle where you would need to do that. Item number 2 is going to be some sort of formal wear, right? So I am going to suggest that you start with a jacket. As you can see here, I have this double-breasted tuxedo jacket that I'm wearing with white pants, and it kind of gives you like a fancy tuxedo effect, but I actually got this jacket from the thrift store for about $11. So if you don't wear formal attire often, but you just want to have something that you could just grab out of your closet just in case, I don't know, you get invited to the White House all of a sudden. I don't know why you would get invited to the White House, but let's just say you could, right? You'll be able to pull out that jacket. Now, I would say thrift it like I did in this instance, but you can go to places like Zara. I actually have a full tuxedo in navy that I got from Zara. The reason I opted not to show that one here is because I think a jacket, again, is a little bit more flexible than a full tuxedo. You may not, imagine, like, I understand why people rent tuxedos for proms and weddings because it's very likely you won't wear it again. But it's nice to have something in your closet that you can pull out just in case that formal attire come up. And with this kind of jacket also, you can dress it down. I have worn this with a hoodie and light denim and boots before, so you can dress down a tuxedo jacket. I would say, honestly, if I could do it all over again, I would get a white jacket with black lapels. Now, next up is going to be a Breton stripe shirt. For someone like me who does not wear graphic tees, a Breton stripe shirt is definitely a go-to. I've probably had a version of this shirt in my wardrobe since I was a teenager, for sure. So the Breton striped shirt is inspired by French sailors and the French Navy. I think at one point it was associated with Coco Chanel. I read a few articles about that and they said, nah, this ain't Chanel thing. This has been a French sailor thing. It's also associated with sort of nautical style. You'll see it at like a J. Crew. You'll see it incorporated into Ralph Lauren. So even though it's synonymous with French sailors, French sailing, it also has like a slight Americana twist to it too. Anyway, I don't want to go into the history of it too much, but this is one of the most versatile t-shirts that you could own. I would recommend that you, of course, get it in a long sleeve. Did I mention this one was from Zara? This one is from Zara, but what you will find with a Breton striped shirt is because it is such a style staple, you will find this shirt in every single retailer. I promise you, now since I mentioned it in this video, everywhere you go, you're gonna see a Breton striped shirt. There's not a single retailer outside of like super edgy brands that doesn't sell a Breton shirt. A Breton shirt is just absolutely timeless. Again, I don't wear graphic t-shirts, so this is a go-to for me. When I want to add some graphical elements, I'll go for something like this. This is going to be a navy blazer with gold buttons. Navy blazer with gold buttons is super preppy, super Ralph Lauren, but also probably one of the most versatile blazers you will own. I think even more so than a black one. It's a great layering piece for every day. When I worked in the office and I wore more warmer colors or chinos or something a little bit more relaxed, just to make it dressy, I would just throw on that navy blazer with gold buttons and it would instantly elevate whatever outfit it was. Because I was a lazy dresser for work. Like on Mondays when I had a fresh haircut, I might have worn something nice. Maybe on Fridays if I was going out afterwards. But Tuesday through Wednesdays, it was just pants, a button up, and a navy blazer with gold buttons. It's just an easy piece to fall back on. So you definitely need one. I'm gonna make sure that I link some below, but you can also stop in like a Marshall's or a TJ Maxx or somewhere like that, and you'll run into some Ralph Lauren ones for some relatively good prices. And you could thrift these as well. But make sure you go for quality and make sure they're in pristine condition if you thrift them, because I really believe this is a piece you're gonna wear so much, you don't wanna get it if it's already deteriorated. I absolutely swear by the next item, and that is a everyday black pant. This is probably something that I wear the most out of every piece of my wardrobe. The pair that I'm wearing here are from H&M. They have a drawstring. I believe I mentioned them in a previous video. I paid, I think, $15 for them, but you can get other alternatives at Uniqlo. Zara also has some great options. But the thing with an everyday black pant is not only does it look super stylish, super elevated, but it doesn't feel as stuffy as like a typical dress pant, right? If it feels like a dress pant, that's not what I'm recommending, I will say that. But if it feels like sweatpants, I'm not recommending that either. Find that perfect casual in between that isn't a chino. I know I'm giving you a lot of concessions here, but find that dressy casual black pant that you can wear with everything. I promise you, it's always gonna look better than sweatpants. It's gonna look better than jeans. And an everyday pant looks instantly stylish, dressed up and dressed down. With these drawstring ones, I've worn them with blazers and fancy sweaters. I've worn them with hoodies. I've worn them with overcoats. I've worn them with puffer jackets. Like they are an everyday pant. Now the next item is actually very similar, and that is a simple two-piece set, right? Sometimes you don't want to wear a suit. Sometimes you don't want to wear a sweatsuit or a hoodie with matching joggers. So get you a nice elevated two-piece set for an instantly stylish outfit that you don't have to think about too much. So I'm going to leave it to you to figure out what that looks like, and I'll link some recommendations below. But this one that I have is from Zara. It has this kimono style shirt and sort of these relaxed pants. There are 1,000 ways that I could style this, and it's just an easy go-to outfit when I don't feel like it. I think that's the great thing about two pieces. I mentioned this in another video. I'll link it below where I talked about things I envy about women's fashion. We need more two-piece options that look dressy but aren't suits, right? I think so. A two-piece set is a great default outfit if you just don't feel like it. If you just don't feel like it. And they're great for vacations as well. Okay, I know we're not in the season right now, but it depends on who you're talking to, because quite frankly, I still wear my linen pieces in the fall and in the winter. But at this big age, you really need to start collecting some linen pieces for the summer. I mentioned many videos ago, probably one of my first 3 videos, that I don't really shop for summer, but I do buy linen pieces. I think it is one of the most affordable natural fibers that you could have, and it's also super stylish. So in this video, I'm wearing a J. Crew white linen shirt. It's my go-to linen shirt for the summer, and I'm also wearing this All Saints linen double-breasted blazer. Got this for my 30th birthday, so I'll try to link something similar below. I don't believe it's in stock anymore, but I absolutely love linen pieces in the summer. If you live in a stank climate like I do, Washington, D.C. is really hot in the summer, really muggy, really nasty. I hate it. I hate the summer. I hate the summer. But I don't hate linen. And I think it's a very grown-up sort of fabric to invest in. So start collecting your linen pieces, whatever that looks like for you. I also have full linen suits in here, right? But I just wanted to give you some pieces as opposed to full looks, because you might not be ready for a full linen suit yet. So maybe get you a blazer, maybe get you a shirt. I think that'll do the trick. Okay, the next item is gonna be a tan, brown, or cognac Chelsea boot. So we already have our black Chelsea boots at this point, right? We already got them? Okay. So now we want to move on to a more brown tone boot to go with our warmer tone colors that are in our wardrobe. If you have a more natural color wardrobe like I do, black, white, grays, beige, creams, colors like that, brown, especially a cognac brown, like these boots that I have that are from Maganani or Maganini. I said I was going to commit to learning the name of that brand. I have not yet. This won't happen again. But if they're more of a cognac and have like that reddish orange undertone, it's a great contrast color for those natural colors like black, cream, brown, beige, etc. It really makes a huge statement. I'll make sure that I wear them with white pants and a black top so you can see. Now the next item is gonna be a weather boot. These are Hunter, they're Chelsea boots. Let me tell y'all, I was so excited when I found these. I got these on sale at the Saks outlet for $50. If you follow Hunter or know anything about their price point, they're $150, so they're not, you know, super expensive. But to get them at that discount, and I actually wasn't expecting it. I guess they were having a sale, I didn't know. But anyway, got these for $50. Do not ruin your good shoes by walking outside of them in inclement weather. Snow, rain. I don't need to describe to you what inclement weather is. Don't go outside ruining your shoes in bad weather. Invest in weather boots. It's probably the most adult thing that you can do. If you live in an extreme climate, like, I don't know, what's a place where it snows a lot? Ohio? I don't think Ohio is a place that snows a lot. Canada, North Dakota, something like that. I feel like a place like, I feel like if you're in a place like that, I don't need to tell you to get weather boots, you already know. But if you're in like one of those places where, you know, we kind of have mild winters, nasty summers, but you know what I mean. Invest in a weather boot so that you're maintaining the integrity of your shoes. Plus, these Hunter boots are super stylish and they look like Chelsea boots. I'll make sure that I link them below because they're still available on the site. Next up is going to be a nice collection of socks. Now, I could do an entire video on undergarments, but I'm gonna leave you and your business to yourself. So I won't do that because I think everyone's gonna have their type and their style. I hope nobody is seeing your undergarments, but if that's your thing, I'm not gonna judge you on that. I'm not gonna judge you on that. But if your socks do peek through, you wanna make sure that they are nice and stylish. I'm gonna show you two options that I picked up recently from Urban Outfitters. So we have this funky pair of leopard socks. I have not worn these, by the way. Leopard socks, they're super cool, really stylish. I feel like if I wore these with those Doc Marten Oxfords that I recently got with like an all black look, you know, and these poked out, like that would be cool, right? And then I picked up these black and white ones also from Urban Outfitters, and they have like this check print, kind of like the Vans a little bit. These kind of remind me of the Addams Family, but if your socks are gonna peek out, make sure they're stylish, make sure they're nice, make sure they're clean, make sure they're not dingy. You don't know how many times I've seen someone with a head to toe polished look, and then they cross their legs and their socks are revealed, and it's just some nasty low down socks. Don't do that to yourself. Invest in some nice socks. Of course, I'm not gonna tell you to invest in nice underwear. I hope you're wearing good drawers at this point. I hope you're wearing good drawers. I'm gonna leave that to you, your business, and your Jesus. But make sure at least, at minimum, you're putting a little bit of money into your socks. You can also find some great options at Nordstrom Rack too that are a little bit more affordable, because I think these were, I don't remember how much they were, but I know for what I paid for these, I could probably get 5 or 6 pair at a Nordstrom rack and get them in stylish colors and designs and stuff like that. So get you some nice socks for sure. So next up is going to be a 1-2 combo, right? You need to get you a steamer, and you need to get you a fabric shaver. So let's start with a fabric shaver. A fabric shaver is great if you are like me and you're thick in the thigh and you walk around for a minute and after a while your pants start to pill in the inner thigh, or ladies, I know your leggings will do that, or sometimes our sweaters will do that in the winter. And our things just start to pill or get those little tiny balls just because of wear and tear. So what you want to do is invest in a fabric shaver, and you want to make sure you carefully shave them off. Right, so in this case, you see this little grill here is what actually removes them. You want to have a very light hand so you don't ruin the integrity of the fabric. Take your time, but this is a great investment just to take care of the stuff that you already have, a fabric shaver. A steamer, I don't really have to say too much about, right? I have not used an iron in years now, but what I do with these two is, I have this little bag that I keep them in for travel. So of course steamers are great for travel because a lot of the stuff that I take when I travel I can't iron, and that's the only thing that's supplied in hotel rooms is an iron. So get you a steamer and a fabric shaver. And I want to add just a little tip too. If you have a small apartment, or you're like me and you have a decent size apartment but you don't have a lot of storage, get you things like this, your appliances and stuff, in aesthetic colors, right? I bought both of these in matte black because the majority of my furniture and decor and accent accessories are in matte black. So if they have to be exposed, they blend in with your decor, right? So I have a matte black mop, I have a matte black broom, I have a matte black what do you call it? Vacuum cleaner. All of my appliances are in matte black, just in case they have to be exposed, right? So it blends in with the rest of the decor. I wish I had better storage space. I can't wait to, sorry, I was doing 2 things at once. I can't wait to have a lot of storage so I can really go in hard with the decor. But anyway, this is not a decor channel. You didn't come here for that. So fabric shaver and steamer. Then that was the last item. The next item on my 30 things to have by 30 list is going to be an eye cream. This one here is Mario Badescu, and it's called the Caffeine Eye Cream. So this is my first time testing this. I usually use the hyaluronic acid one, which I've been using for years. I've tried many different eye creams over the years, and Mario Badescu is my favorite. So what I would suggest that you do, if you haven't nailed down an eye cream yet, just test a bunch of different ones until you figure out what your favorites are. If you are 30 and you have not been wearing an eye cream yet, you are 5 years too late. You need to be wearing an eye cream. Make sure you put it all over your eye. In my younger days, I would just put it underneath, but now I put it all over. I just lather. And I do put it in my frown lines. I don't think it does anything. But to me, it does something. I like it. So make sure that you invest in an eye cream. You want to make sure that you start your anti-aging routine as soon as possible. But Mario Badescu is a great eye cream. If you don't have an eye cream, you should have one. The next item is gonna be some sort of bag to go bag. Now, I know bags are really popular right now with the guys, right? I've seen some guys out here with better bags than the girls. I'm not hating on it, I'm just saying I have. But I know bags are like really popular with like the younger crowd. Now, I'm not a big bag fan in terms of like a bag, but I do like a backpack when I'm out on the town. Because one of the things you'll find, especially as you get older, you need more stuff. And some of that stuff you may not think, other people may not think is a necessity, but you think it's a necessity and you absolutely have to take it with you. So I'm gonna leave what style of bag to you, but you do need some sort of bag, and make sure it's a nice one, preferably leather. So I'm going to show you the one that I have, and the brand is called Smith and Canova. I got this from ASOS a while back. It has this sort of mesh on the back, you know, so it's a little bit ventilated and you're not sweating too much if it were, you know, leather on this side. So it's a really stylish to-go bag. I take this out with me when I'm going shopping, or, you know, I'm just doing like a quick day trip somewhere. This is the bag that I go to. It's kind of, I would say it's about medium size. It's not a big backpack and it's not a small one either, but it's super stylish and very durable. Since we got it in front of us, let's do one of those what's in my bags real quick. This is just a quick detour before I get into the rest of the list. So here's an insight into, you know, my psyche a little bit. I don't go anywhere without recycling bags. I take a recycling bag, at least 2 every time I leave the house, just in case, because it's very rare I don't come home with something. So I always make sure I have them available. A bottle of water, because I'm not paying $4 for a bottle of water when I pay $4 for a pack at the Walgreens. So I'm gonna take 1 or 2 just in case I want a friend, because I got some unprepared friends. Oh, an umbrella, because it's always gonna rain in my head. It's always gonna rain, and umbrella is coming with me everywhere. Let's see what else I got in here. Oh, that's it. I guess, nope. A mask, a bunch of hair ties. I got about 4 of these in here. I don't know why. That's suspicious. What's in this part? Lip balm. Yeah, let's put some of this on now. My lips are cracked right now, which is not like me. I think it's the heat in the house that's making my lips crack like that. But I swear by this stuff. It's C.O. Bigelow. C.O. Bigelow. I've been wearing this for years. They used to sell it at Urban Outfitters when I worked there in 2009, 2010, and I've been wearing it ever since. Good brand. Body Shop Mango Body Butter. Ooh, this stuff stinks, but I'm going to use it. I'm one of those people that has to use one thing before I move into the next, and I'm going to finish this. Hand sanitizer. This is, I think I picked this up in like a doctor's office. I also refuse to leave the house without a USB. I don't know if I think I'm gonna get accosted by the FBI or something. I don't know. I always leave the house with a USB. I have no idea why this started. Anyway, that's all that's in my bag. Now let's move on to the next item. The next item is gonna be unique to you. You have to find what works for you, but that is a signature scent. That should have come as no surprise, right? If we're looking good, we gotta smell good too. It's a part of the package. Nothing is worse than running out of your favorite cologne. So whatever your signature scent is, I would recommend that you get 2 or 3 at a time if you can afford it. That way, you will never run out, and you can just build the rest of your collection around that, especially if you're beginning to get into fragrances. I wore the same fragrance for about 10 years, and that was Burberry Weekend. It's still a great fragrance. It's a very clean smell. I do prefer very clean, very minimal smells when it comes to colognes and fragrances, but I've expanded a little bit, mostly over the past 2 years, and my signature scent now is this Jo Malone Wood Sage and Sea Salt cologne. This is probably my signature scent. I probably go for more natural scents like wood, sage, eucalyptus. Anytime I see something with tobacco in it, I will usually like it, or smoke in it, I will usually like it, or leather. I like those natural type of scents. And Bath and Body Works has a dupe. Well, I wouldn't call it a dupe. I would say it's like a same tribe as, and I think it's called teak wood I think it's called Bath and Body Works Teakwood. It's very similar to this in a way, or same tribe as, but it's a lot more affordable if you can't afford this Jo Malone. I think this starts at about $150, $160, and the Bath and Body Works is $39. So I'll make sure that I link that one too, because I will get that one and just wear that as my everyday one and save this one, you know, for, I don't know, going out or more special occasions. And what I find interesting about scents too, and as I said, the past 2 years, I've been sort of exploring outside of that clean, minimal sort of scent and going into natural elements, and that's because of home decor. I find that the candles and home sprays and incense that I gravitate towards have those smells, so I will incorporate those into my scents. So look at the candles you like and the home sprays you like, because you may find that those fragrances work for you too. Okay, we made it to the end. We made it to the end of 30 Things You Should Have by 30, part 2. And the last item is going to be a catch-all. And what I'm calling this is sort of your signature item, or your collector item, or that item that really speaks to your personal style, your personal brand. So I'm gonna bring out 2, because if I pulled out every single piece in my closet, that part of the video alone would be about 25 minutes. So, let's see if I can do this. Here we have 2 pair of leopard or cheetah print boots, depending on your expertise. We're just gonna say leopard for the sake of this channel. The leopard boots. This pair is Giuseppe Zanotti. I was so happy when I bought these. I think I got them for my 28th birthday. And these are Steve Madden. These are their Richie boots. They actually still have them on the site right now, and I plan on getting them in every color. I already have them in black, but I don't want to talk about that. Leopard is probably one of my signature prints, one of my signature pieces. I have been collecting leopard pieces for as long as I could remember. Everything from sweaters to scarves to pants to suits. Yes, I have a leopard suit. What else? Accessories, lots of shoes. This is just 2 pair of the leopard shoes that I have. But so leopard is probably my biggest signature when it comes to my personal brand, my personal style. Now yours may be something different, right? Yours could be sneakers if you're a sneakerhead. Yours could be jewelry or statement jewelry if you're really into that. Yours could be leather, right? Because we know the leather look is really a thing. Whatever your thing is, and let's just say you're not at that point of evolution in your style where it's really defined, that signature piece may be something that you're interested in outside of style that you can incorporate into it. So let's just say, for example, I have a friend who is really into pop art, like, you know, pop art, Liechtenstein and Andy Warhol, that kind of thing. And so I encouraged her to like find ways to incorporate color blocking, pop art into her personal style, even though she doesn't really consider herself as someone who's stylish. But that's something that's core to you, that's something that speaks to you. So use it as a way to infuse it into your style. You may like Star Wars or Star Trek, or they're different. Star Wars or Star Trek. So let's say you're not really into super getting dressed up. Maybe you want like a collection of pins or something that becomes your signature. And the thing about having a signature piece, I'll tell you with these boots in particular, having a signature piece when it comes to your style is that it's a great conversation starter, especially at networking events. I never have to walk up to anybody and introduce myself at a networking event because I'm usually wearing something crazy. So really define what that signature is, and that may take a little bit of time, and that's okay. You'll work on it. And you'll find things that you regularly gravitate towards might be your signature, and you just have to find a way to spice it up and take it up a notch. So the final one was sort of a catch-all, and I'm really gonna leave that one to you to, you know, dig into your personal brand or what you want your personal brand to be, and that signature piece or that collection of signature pieces will unveil themselves. So that's it. That wraps up 30 Things You Should Have by 30. Again, these are all suggestions. They are in no way requirements. So if you enjoy this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you feel inclined, Again, welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.